Hi, this is Inspire. She's a 4-year-old Arab Morgan Cross, and we'll teach her how to back up today. Backing up is one of the first exercises I do with my horses because it's a great exercise to build respect. Now we're going to use the principle of pressure and release while teaching her to back up. And the way it works is it's just like horses in the wild. We apply pressure, and when she does the correct thing, we release it. And you see horses doing that with each other in the field. When a horse wants another one to move out of their personal space, they'll pin their ears, maybe bite, and if the horse doesn't move, they'll kick. And I'm not going to bite her because my dental insurance isn't that good, but I have other ways of applying pressure, and that's what I'm going to show you today. Now the key to applying pressure is to always start as gently as possible. So I'm going to do this by making myself nice and big and wiggling the lead rope and asking her to back up. Now she has no idea what this means, so she's not going to do it. So the next step is to increase the pressure until she takes that first step back. As soon as she takes the first step, I release the pressure because she needs to know that that's the correct thing to do. So I'm going to try again. Start very gently. She's ignoring it. I'm going to increase the pressure, and she took a step. Release. So I'm rewarding the slightest stride because if I just keep wiggling the rope and my stick and she's backing up and I just keep doing it, eventually she'll say, well, there's no point for me to back up because I don't catch a break. So I gotta let her know she's doing the right thing. So now I have her where she's taking one really small, lazy step. It's tiny, but she's starting to understand the concept. So now I'm gonna raise the expectations and ask for 2. So I start with low energy, increase the energy. There. That was good backup, so I rewarded her. So I start with little pressure, creating a little bit of energy. Increase it. Increase. And as soon as she has one good step, I'm going to release. Now it doesn't really matter how you create the pressure. There's different ways of doing it. You can use your lead rope by wiggling, use your stick, or even if I really wanted to, I could use my hands and drive her away from me. The key is to always start with a little bit of energy and to increase it gradually. I'm going to keep practicing this exercise until she really understands it. Good girl. And as soon as I get that reaction where she's putting a little bit more of energy in her step, that's when I'm going to reward her. If I do that every time, she's going to become more and more responsive. Little energy, increase the energy. Now she's doing it, but slow, so I'm going to keep increasing the energy until I get the response I'm looking for, right there. So I'll do it again. That was nice. I didn't have to tap her. It's a really good idea to grab your stick or your whip or whatever you're using and to rub your horse with it after you use it. And the reason for that is I don't want her to get nervous every time she sees the stick. It's just an extension of my arm. It's like my hand. Sometimes I'll use it to rub her, and I don't want her to be afraid of it, and sometimes I'll use it to ask her to back away from me. The stick is exactly the same thing. So Inspire did pretty well. I asked her to back up, and she caught on pretty quickly. Some horses are going to do everything except back up when you first ask them. And the key is to try to set them up for success so that they take that first little step backwards and you reward them for it. So here are some problems that may arise. Your horse may back up, but all of a sudden he or she, you're going to try and create the problem here, may try to run away from you by turning sideways. If your horse does that, just use your lead rope to bump their head back towards you and try to keep their body straight. Depending on the horse, it's not uncommon for horses to try to rear while first doing this exercise. If your horse rears, make sure you keep a safe distance. You don't want to be right there in front of them and have them hit you in the head with their hooves. So it's a good idea to be about at least this far away from your horse at a minimum. And if she does the wrong thing, if she rears, I would just keep doing it. Keep asking her to back up until she finds the correct answer. And again, the most important thing is to reward the horse when they do the right thing. Sometimes I'll be asking my horses to back up when I'm first teaching them, and they don't listen, so I increase the energy. And sometimes the horse will be really confused. If your horse starts getting frazzled, don't increase the energy anymore. Don't increase the pressure, because we don't want to make our horses scared. If they're trying to figure out the right answer, stay with them, let them figure it out, and as soon as your horse takes that one step, release the pressure. So if she's flipping out, rearing up, trying to bolt, and just is terribly scared, I'm not going to increase the pressure at all. I'm just going to try and keep her calm until she figures out the right answer. So with her, I created energy by using my lead rope and by waving the stick like this, using my whole arm. But you can really get creative with this and create energy in different ways. The most important thing you have to remember is that you always start as softly as possible and then gradually increase the pressure until you get the desired result, without scaring the horse to death. So another way you can create energy for the horse is by tapping the air with your stick. Here she's ignoring it, so I'm going to tap the air harder than maybe the lead rope until she finds out the correct answer. Another way to create energy would be to hold the stick like a ski pole, as Clinton Anderson would call it, and walk towards the horse like this. I'd recommend finding a method that you prefer and that comes most naturally to you, and just to stick to that one method until your horse really understands it. So now we've been practicing backing up with Inspire, and she understands the concept. So we've raised our expectations, so now when we ask her to back up, we're looking for a little bit more. Okay? Bump her head, keep her straight. Good. So I wouldn't ask a horse to back up this fast and this far right from the first day. We got to make sure that they practice it and understand the concept. So start slowly and then slowly raise the expectations and ask more and more from your horse. Now, have fun with it.